Ladies and gentlemen, how are you going? All our members in the group, great that you can be here with us today because we've got a very special guest in Fiona Jane from FJ Barber Shop in Albany, a local men's hairdresser down there. How are you going, Fiona?
Good, Harvey. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Very well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a question for you before we kick off today with Fiona, and that is, how would you like your appointments to be booked into your calendar, to be scheduled for you? As the calls came in, the appointments were booked all on autopilot. How would that change your life? Well, Fiona's here today to tell us all about her experience because she's doing exactly that and getting massive benefits and rewards from it in engaging a virtual reception service. So, Fiona, thanks for coming along, and I wouldn't mind if you just shared a bit of insight today on your experience with the virtual receptionist. So you've been engaged with a virtual receptionist for a little while now. That's right? Say 12 months or something now, isn't it?
12 months now, yeah. Yep.
Fantastic. And I guess it was probably when we spoke in the beginning, 12 months ago, was, really when COVID was kicking off, right? And I guess it was part of your strategy in making a shift in your business to be able to cope with COVID. But it sounds like you've found massive benefits from engaging the service that I guess was a blessing that COVID brought to you, correct?
Oh, absolutely. So about 12 months ago, we were a walk-in business, and then hence COVID, we changed to appointments. And so we're sort of basically just taking it up another level, same amount of staff, but a whole new structure set in place. It was a bit of a challenge to kind of get my head around changing everything, but finding the right tools to do it, it's made its life so much easier.
Yeah, okay. And prior to COVID, though, beforehand, you said you were a walk-in service, but did you get a lot of calls back at, before you went to bookings as well that you found were there was a challenge in getting to those calls?
Oh, absolutely. We probably missed easily 50% of the phone calls when we first started changing to bookings. Obviously, because I was doing the work myself. Just too much workload, and just couldn't reach those people. I thought there's got to be an easier way. Obviously, it's a lot of people out there are struggling to find staff, which I've found also. So it's a matter of seeking something that could help me instead of doing all the workload myself. Cutting the hair, serving the clients, and as well as getting to the phone. Found it very difficult and stressful.
Yeah, okay. And that's one of the big things that often pops up when talking to clients, thinking about engaging with the service. There's really a few things that always pop up. And, one of those things is the stress from the extra workload in being able to get to the phone on time. And in your case, if you have a client in the chair, Fiona, it affects the experience, I guess, for that client in the chair. If you have to grab that phone call, you either perhaps miss out on the opportunity by answering that call, or you affect that customer experience of the fellow sitting in the chair. So it kind of affects you from both directions, having to try and do it all yourself.
Oh, it could easily be 5-10 minutes away on the phone from your work, from your client, which is just not practical. So yeah.
So say 5-10 minutes away, and let's just say if you get 30 haircuts a day, well, there's the minutes rack up. And if you have to chase back those calls at the end of the day or in your lunch break, in your own personal time, it adds up quite significantly over the course of a week, how much extra time you're putting in to, getting back to those calls, getting back to those clients. And did you find anything like that, Fiona, having to spend that extra time per week in following up on all those calls?
Definitely. It was sort of a lunch break, before work, after work, and sometimes you wouldn't always reach those people. You know, you'd leave a voicemail and then it's sort of so on and so on. So just speaking direct with each client, you know, you'd easily miss 20% of the return phone calls, which I knew wasn't good. And again, for me to try and do something so I wasn't working after hours, and in my time, I could spend my time doing other things.
Yeah, that's right. Doing other things, perhaps more important things, or, you know, if it's in your personal time, there has a huge benefit there. And what value do you put on that? It's different for everyone, but it's huge, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
and
definitely.
Fiona, when you mentioned about that, you know, that 25 to 30% of calls getting back to them, and, you know, let's just say, for example, if even half of those were missed opportunities, so they didn't get hold of you on that first phone call, is there a likely chance that those callers or those potential clients may have gone off to do business with someone else?
Oh, it's highly likely. I mean, everyone's different. It depends if they are one of your regulars and your real loyal clients, or they are, you know, the walk-ins, the people that are in town for the day and things like that. So yeah, very stressful trying to just nut it all out and have it run quite smoothly through the day. Yeah, I found all the pressure sort of on myself. So, and not feeling like you've given best service, you know, to the client waiting in the chair and to the client on the other end of the phone. So it's, yeah.
And I know we've spoken on many occasions, Fiona, about your men's hair salon, the barber shop there. The customer experience is everything for your type of business, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's, you know, something that people look forward to once a month. They come in and have their trim up, and yeah, it's not something that you want interrupted by a phone every 5 minutes.
Sure. Okay, so let's talk about now getting on board with the virtual receptionist as part of your team. Was it very difficult to do in the beginning and getting set up and running? Did you have any challenges that you were perhaps, or concerns you had in mind when trying to set things up, how it would all run for you?
Yeah, probably my only concern was the client's reaction. You know, just them knowing that they're not sort of speaking to one of us in the shop, and just how they would react to having a phone line service. But during the COVID period, obviously there was a lot going on, and I found myself not afraid to try new avenues because I knew it was something that had to be done anyway. So I go with it. Your clients will let you know, and I do ask them time to time, how's it going? You know, how did you find the service? And yeah, a lot of people have spoken very high of it. So yeah.
Fantastic. And it's been, you know, have they been able to seamlessly book in appointments and get that good experience right from the get-go?
Yeah, I mean, the phone gets answered straight away. Yeah, they're able to book an appointment out of hours on the weekend, so I can be enjoying my day off or prioritising my time elsewhere. They can book in. I get a notification who's called and when and yeah, what about. And it just takes the stress out of it. Yeah, I no longer have to worry about physically being there to answer every phone call.
Yeah. Well, that's great news, Fiona. And so now let's finish off on what life is like now for you. I mean, now that the stress is removed and you're able to concentrate on other areas, if not more important areas, what's life like now, knowing that your calendar's always full, the bookings go in seamlessly, pretty much automatically for you, and you can see and track how things are going from the messages you get, or just by taking a glance at your calendar every day. What's it like now, if you can shed a bit of the light on your experience now, Fiona?
I mean, it's really nice knowing that, you can have your weekend and then looking at the calendar prior to that week, and it's full of clients, and I haven't had to make that appointment for any one of them. So I can literally rock up to work, my calendar's full. Any people that call just before opening hours, I don't have to answer those. And the company's gotten used to the business now. There's a few little, not so much teething problems at the start, but just adjusting to how our business runs. But
Sure.
They're well on track with that now. And now we're getting into the rhythm of rescheduling, cancellations that pop up. We're making outgoing calls to get a hold of those people if we've got a cancellation pop up. So I can just carry out my day, cut the hair, give the client the experience that they're there for, and it's all behind the scenes, and the clients feel comfortable knowing that they can get a hold of someone straight away.
Fantastic. So I guess what you've touched on there, Fiona, is the personalisation of the service that you've got. So not only is the calendar booked full of appointments, but anyone who wants to reschedule or cancel or be followed up on, we're able to provide that outgoing call on your behalf to maintain that interaction with your client, that experience. So, if they feel out of place or that, life gets in the way for them, we're able to sort that out under your instructions, of course, on how you'd like that to happen. So, and on those teething problems, that's right. It's not one size fits all with the service. So as part of that personalisation, there is a little bit of bedding in, I guess, time to be able to go through everything from the software that you use for your bookings to carrying out of your exact instructions. And we know that, some clients do have quite extensive instructions, but that's what is the difference, I guess, when engaging with a personalised virtual reception or virtual business support agency, just like Virtual Office Connect. Now, Fiona, let's just finish off. What would you say to someone who may be thinking of getting a virtual receptionist on their team to be able to alleviate the load of answering calls, booking appointments? What would you say to them if they're thinking about getting on board with it, from someone who's been, had the service for quite a while now?
Oh, I'd say it's the best movement I've done in my whole business in the nearly 5 years I've been in business.
Wow.
Yeah, I just have a bit of a life back now. I just found it was just getting consumed, my whole day, and it's the best thing that I've done. I can sit back and relax, that I know that it's all taken care of. My clients are happy, I'm happy. And the business runs seamlessly and the stress is taken out of it. So I'd say definitely get on board with Harvey and Katie at Virtual Office Connect and give it a go.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thanks for those words, Fiona. It's much appreciated and a highly valued client of ours, ladies and gentlemen. Fiona, it's been such a great experience, great relationship that we've been able to establish with her and her growing business. And Fiona, thanks for your time today. I know we had a bit of time earlier in the month, but we had some technical issues, but it's great that you could revisit today and tell us about your experience and the benefits of jumping on board with a virtual receptionist. Now, folks, if you are thinking about engaging with a virtual receptionist and you're still perhaps sitting on the fence, send us some questions in the comments below, and we'll be happy to answer them. And if you want to take that step further forward and really discover for yourself what it's like to have a virtual receptionist part of your team, there is actually a link up in the guide section of the Facebook group where you can actually do a 30-day free trial of the service out for yourself. So grab hold of that link. That'll put you in a 30-day trial where we can give you the benefits, the same benefits that Fiona's getting with her business. And just told us the best she's made in the last 5 years. That's huge. So not only has it helped her increase her productivity, her more time in her business herself, it's also alleviated a lot of the stress out of her life now, so she can concentrate on more important and better things away from the phone. So thanks for joining us today, folks. If you're watching the replay, give us a hashtag replay in the comments and say good day. And again, if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for joining us, Fiona. We'll catch you very soon. Bye, everyone, for now.
Yeah.